This is level K, list 7, and we're doing the day 1. And here we've got the OUGH saying or, as in bought, sought, fought, thought, brought. And we're also looking at the TCH after a short vowel. So we're going snatch, stitch, switch, sketch, hutch. So let's go back and highlight those letters. So the OUGH can make 6 different sounds, and in these words it's making the or sound. Every time it makes a different sound, there aren't many words that fit the sound. We could only find 5 that you would commonly use for the or sound, for the OUGH. So there's not a lot of words, but these words are words that we do use a lot. So you have to be careful to remember OUGH can make 6 different sounds, so it's going to be one that you're going to be learning in this list and future ones. So here we've got a short at sound, so we know we put TCH. We know that if we have a long vowel sound, we just put CH, like in beach. These 5 words are the only exceptions to the rules. The reason that we don't put a TCH at the end of rich, such, much, which and sandwich is because they're not English words. We took them from Old German and they would have given that CH a guttural sound, like a huck sound. We can't make that sound. So the English people said, well, when we see CH in a word, we go ch. So they just replaced that guttural sound with that ch sound. That's why we have those 5 words, which after a short vowel we have the CH, because we have to spell it the same way as the language did that we took it from. So here we've got the TCH in these ones after a short vowel, and up is a short vowel, TCH. Now the other thing to look at in these words, let's get a different colour again, and let's highlight that at, it, up. Let's get another colour again, and you know that in sketch you can see a K hidden inside that E, so we know to use a K before an E for the K sound. So don't forget that you learnt ages ago. Now in thought you've got the th sound coming through again, and that's about the only tricks that we've got in these words. So the word bought comes from the word buy. So you might go to the shops and buy something, and then afterwards you would say, I bought, and you repeat whatever you bought, like I bought a lolly. So it's a verb. These are all verbs, and they're past tense of another word. So the base word here would be buy. This is sought. This one means when you seek something. You go out to seek something or to find something, and you would say sought. Fought comes from the word fight, and thought comes from the word think. And brought comes from, if you look at the brr as opposed to the B, just the B, the brought tells us it's from the word bring. So they both start with BR, whereas bought and buy both start with just the B. Now you could have another sort here. This sort this means when you organise your toys or something, or you just tidy them up and put them into groups. So that would be sort like this. This one really means to go and find something, to seek something. Now this one, you could also have a fort, as in a F-O-R-T, and that generally would mean like a cubby house could be a fort, or in the olden days they used to build forts for protection if they were being attacked. Now let's have a look then at these pictures at how they help us to remember. So bought is when you go to the shops and you buy something. It's past tense of the word buy. Sought is from the word to seek something, where you go and try and find something, probably glasses, but you might need your glasses to find the things too. Fought means when you fight with someone. Thought means when you're thinking about something, it's already happened. And brought means when something's already been brought to you. You've got it. Someone has brought it in the past. Now, snatch means to snatch something off someone in a not very polite way. We should wait for something to be given to us, but if you impolitely just take it from them and do it quickly, it's called a snatch. A stitch. Now this stitch could be when you sew with a needle and thread, but it can also mean when you go for a run or you do a lot of exercise and you get a sharp pain in your side. It's you would say you've got a stitch. Switch is when you turn something on or off, or you change something. So you might switch hats occasionally when you go to the beach. Use a different one to one that you've used before. Sketch means to draw something, and a hutch is a home for a small animal, either perhaps a rabbit or a guinea pig. Okay, let's get our little bit of paper. We're going to read the words, sound them, spell them and write them. So we go b or t, b or t, b or t, B-O-U-G-H-T, B-O-U-G-H-T. Cover it, B-O-U-G-H-T, B-O-U-G-H-T, B-O-U-G-H-T. Now this all sound is probably one of the harder ones that you're going to use. There are 11 different ways we can write the all sound, and this is about as hard as it's going to get for you now, remembering that O-U-G-H can say or. Let's go down and do one of these. So we've got snatch, 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 S-N-A-T-C-H, 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 S-N-A-T-C-H. Look to make sure you've spelled it correctly. If you've made a mistake, don't forget to rub it out and go back and start that process again. Level K, list 7, and we're doing the day 2, and we've got the O-U-G-H making the or sound and the T-C-H after a short vowel. So let's go through and read the words. We've got bought, sought, fought, thought, brought, snatch, stitch, switch, sketch, hutch. Now this or sound, O-U-G-H, can make 6 different sounds. So today we're just learning that O-R or sound in these words. So instead of using O-R, we're going O-U-G-H. And there's a few things here we need to revise too. The TH making the th sound. Now these are all short vowels here. At, after a short vowel we put TCH, so we've got a short at, a short it, a short it, a short et, and a short up. Now you know, the reason you know to use a K before the letter E for the kut sound is if we do an E, you can see a K is hidden inside an E. So you know whenever you have an E after a kut sound, you're going to use a K before it for the kut sound. Okay, now in these words, these top words are past tense. So these are all verbs, and we're using teaching you their past tense version. So bought comes from the word buy. Brought comes from the word bring. So you have to be very careful when you say them. So this one bought starts with just the B of buy, whereas brought starts with the brr of bring. Fought comes from the word fight. Thought comes from the word think. And sought comes from the word to seek. So if you're buying something at the shop today, you might say, yesterday I bought an apple, for instance. Bring would be, I will bring my book to school. If it was yesterday, you would say, yesterday I brought my book to school. Today, you might see a fight at the football. You might say, yesterday we saw the footy players fighting. They fought over the ball. Think, you might say, oh, I think the answer is this, 1 + 1 is 2 or something. Yesterday I thought about it. You wouldn't say thinked. Seek, we will seek out a new car. Yesterday we sought out a new car. Means you had to find one. Now this sort is where you organise things, where you sort things into groups of common elements. Now let's go back and read the words, sound the words and spell the words. So we've got bought, b-ought, B-O-U-G-H-T, and you cover it and then you write it. And do check very carefully with these words today that you've spelt them correctly. If you make a mistake, go back and rub it out and do it again. Now here you just have to fill in the missing letters to work out what the words say. Here you've got to write the list word to match the meaning down there. And it's giving you an alert here. It says after a short vowel you add TCH, after a long vowel sound you only add the CH. Down the very bottom it says write the correct word to complete the sentence. So you've got we will something out the footy cards that are sought after, so sort and sort, but which one goes where? So we've given you the two words that you've got to choose. You've got sort, bought or brought. Which, so this one with the T in it, I always liken it to a broomstick. So you remember that's the witch that rides a broomstick. That's the other witch, like which one would you like? Fought and thought sound similar, but they mean very different things. So be very careful when you're writing those ones, which one you should use and the spelling that you should use, whether it's a f at the start of it or a th at the start of it. Okay, you can go through and finish that page. This is level K, list 7, and we're doing the day 3. So we've got bought, sought, fought, thought, brought. So that's all making the O-U-G-H make the OR sound. And here we've got snatch, stitch, switch, sketch, hutch. And this is saying that sound after a short vowel is TCH. So we've highlighted the O-U-G-H, you can do that too. Then we need to get another colour to have a look at the other things. So we said that we use TCH after a short vowel. So let's highlight the short vowel, A, I, E and U. The other things that we need to look at are the things that you've already learnt. So you know the TH says the. You've also got here, you know to use a K for the K sound before an E. So we say you can see a K inside an E as a little hint to remind you that if the letter after a K sound is an E, you have to have a K before it for that sound. Okay, now there are 6 different sounds that this O-U-G-H can make, and down here you're going to find that we're doing 3 of them. So we've got O-U-G-H in though, which is making the long O sound. We've got O-U-G-H in thought, which is making the OR sound, which we've got in this list. And then we've got through, we've got the R-O-U-G-H is making the OO sound like in zoo. So there are 3 more sounds that we have to learn that O-U-G-H can make. So they're tricky letters, and those 4 letters can make 6 different sounds, so we have to learn all of them. And there's not a lot of words for any of the sounds that it makes. Okay, so let's have a look at the words that we've got here, and this is going to be important. Bought comes from the word buy, so you would say, you might say, I will buy my lunch today. Yesterday I bought my lunch. Now we've separated it from brought so you don't get mixed up, but this one starts with a BR. Brought comes from the word bring. So I will bring my bag to school. Yesterday I brought my bag to school. Now sought comes from the word seek, fought comes from the word fight, and thought comes from the word think. And you've got them all down here. So you're going to have to relate these words to do that final column. These are all past tense of these words. So they're all verbs. Now, okay, let's read and sound and spell those words and then write them, and then we can get on to the next section. So we've got bought, b-ought, B-O-U-G-H-T, cover it, B-O-U-G-H-T, and you can finish that line on your own. This one is snatch, snatch, S-N-A-T-C-H. Okay, and you can finish that line. Now this part says make new words, light, something, rabbit, something, something less, something book. So you'll have to work out what the missing list words are to make new words there. Here we've got the though, thought and through that you've got to use to finish the sentences. You're only using each one once, so that might help you. Here you're going to add the S in this column. In this column you're adding the ing, and in this column you're adding, you would normally add the ed, but you're going to, these are all irregular verbs, which means we're not adding the ed that we usually do to verbs to make their past tense. So just be careful on that last one. Now, how do you know if you're going to double the last letter before adding the ing in any of these? Well, you're not. You've got a long vowel sound there, so you wouldn't double the Y there, and you'd never have double Y in a word anyway. You've got two consonants, you've got more than three consonants there, two consonants there, three consonants there, three consonants there. So that's telling you if you have more than one consonant at the end of the base word, you're not going to double the last letter when you add the ing. So you can fill in that table on your own. Now, proofreading, tick the correctly spelled words and rewrite. So look at the line, which one is correct, tick it, and then write it there. This is level K, list 7, and this is the day 4 page, and we're looking at how to write a procedural text. So a procedural text explains how to make or do something. So the goal states what the activity is. The materials, you've got to list any materials needed to achieve your goal or task, which go here, goal goes there. And then the method, the steps needed to reach your goal or complete the task. So some of the places where we see procedural texts are in cookbooks. When we want to cook something, we have to follow the recipe. Number 2, how-to manuals. So if you want to use the TV or something new in your house, you'd have to read how to use it and what to do. Maps with directions. We often have to follow the steps one after the other. And science experiments at school would be another good example. So your goal is what the activity is. The materials have to be listed so you can prepare yourself before the activity, and then the method, the steps that you have to take to complete the activity. You can fill all of that in. You can choose whatever you like to do. It might be how to play a game, how to fold some origami into a chatterbox or a cat or something. You can choose whatever your goal is and then work out the materials and the method.